You know, for championships now, with Super added to this lineup, it's got to be better. And they're going right back to Vault. If you're C9, though, you are happy with how this map layout went. You're 2-0 on Vault with this team. You're 1-0 on Dealership. You're 1-0 on Skyline. Like, you have some maps that you have reps on with this
100%.
form.
Well, Monster Energy back involved. Excited to see them there. Sticker lighting up here on Vault. Here's how it's going to look for the overall best of 5. So the picks from the desk. This one, probably you're going to see big picks on both sides. Just due to the fact that Heretics, you know, at times could be a top 3, top 4 team. Cloud9 seem to be making a run now with their win over FaZe and 2-1 so far in this qualifier. This could be so big for Cloud9 to get out to a 3-1 start. Or will Heretics remain undefeated as we're now into this map 1?
Yeah, we don't have audio, so we'll get into it, but there we go. Guns now blazing. Sib, though, he's off to 2-0. So good start for Sib. Kremp's going to find a third, and while he was a multi-kill demon yesterday, right back to work.
No, he absolutely was. I'm excited to see if he can do more of that. I think anyone that plays the pace he does, your floor and your ceiling, it can be insane. Just match to match, game to game. But when he is on, what a threat he can be. Excited to see what he's going to bring here. But for now, it'll be Heretics in control of the point, control those right side spawns for the P2. That's going to be coming up here shortly. And they'll get all the big kills, about 10 seconds left. Super will get out to 5 in a row, and now we kind of focus on these transition kills.
Yeah,
it's P2 about to go.
Well, I mean, Kremp gets that multi-kill, and Super's just like locking it down, making sure they don't flip. Kind of like that old school anchor style where he's just making sure they have spawns for P2. So he's 5-0, looking for a potential Hellstorm. Still more work to do. But the rest of his team already pushed up Catwalk. That's going to be Real, and then on the hill, you're going to have Metals and Rentor.
Well, they deal with Real, and now it means pressure straight forward towards the point. Here it comes. Capsule. Advantage here with the sub in hand. He's able to win it. That'll be 3 dead. That'll be the back spawn as they're also able to take out Super, and that's a quick break.
I mean, that was just a little too easy. A little too easy right there for C9, but fighting back will be Heretics. The stick going to help out, and then Rentor able to find the pick. So you're looking at Sib to cut down the reinforcements, but both teams just going back and forth. It's down to the ARs, Rentor versus Smart.
You say a little too easy, but I feel like we see it so often now.
Yeah, but
so many breaks
a
in
little
P2.
too easy.
Yeah. Hope for a little bit more of a fight, but they break in with like, what, 40 seconds or so remaining. Head on the next rotation, that'll be Real. He's got some teammates grouped up mid to try and deal with Spartan. They're able to do that, so they'll get the final couple of seconds. They'll have their rotation over to next. They'll set up towards Art. Control mid vault. And now let's see what kind of time they can turn this into. Spart trying to push out one side, going to lose all his teammates really on the other. Well, Sib and Spart pick everybody. I think they're in trouble as they go 2 down, but then they get all the kills. And yeah, now you're spawning still where you want to if you're Heretics, but you've got no foothold towards the P3.
Yeah, a lot of pressure, starting to earn some time. Good nade, though, from Real deals with that. So right off the spawn, they're going to find 3 kills. And again, it's just Super locking it down. He's up to 9-3. Metal's getting aggressive on the other side, and Capsule just kind of lost right now, just sort of waiting, hoping someone runs into him. Feels now he has to go. Does find the opening. Kremp looking over him. What can Capsule do from here?
Well, Metals, after his aggressive play, is going to spot up and have to play kind of that anchor role as he loses his teammate inside of Art. And if you're Heretics, like, yeah, I mean, great job. You don't give up a lot of time at the P3. Now you got rotation. I think when they get to this spot, usually one of the best teams at holding it, but there might have been an insane timing where Kremp got through. I think there was. Kremp gets through, and well, this might break up the setup. I was just about to talk about how good they are in their P4 setup,
okay.
And uh-oh.
All right, Real just kind of looks, they get a little bit lucky. There was nobody, no one else push up blocking the back, so they recover. Yeah, Kremp almost makes the play. At least breaks up some of the time, but when you talk about P4, you are happy if you are Heretics to just get right back into the hill.
It almost seemed like there was like a combo there for a second with Heretics, like who's going to pick up mid, who's going to the hard point, and like right as they were figuring that out, Kremp slipped through. But thankfully, yeah, you do recover. And usually, once they're into their setup here, it is so tough to get through. You just have such talent at the AR position that they will lock it down. And with 20 seconds remaining here, still doing a solid job. Good recovery, 14-5 start from Super, as he has been terrific in the opening moments. And through this first set of rotation, I mean, you only have 26 points to write home about for Cloud9. This has been brutal.
And it all kind of starts with that sort of rebound at P2, right? Because you break then from the front of here, Miami, that puts you in the spawn side of the map that you want for P3 and P4, and they just locked it down. And there was that chance behind the Kremp play. But no one else was pushed on through. They weren't blocking the back spawns. So Miami, they're going to take this lead into the next set.
Now, the chance to kind of resurge into this. for Cloud9. So far, so good around mid-map. Nice little drop shot and win. They're out of Capsidal. They'll continue to take fights, continue to hold spawns. This sequence could get them right back into the game if they can continue holding. Spart's got a lot in front of him. His teammates are falling as well. And by teammate, every single teammate falls. Far too much for Spart then to have to do, so you burst through late in this hard point if you are Heretics, and that just kind of gets you able to be aggressive on this front line for the P2 spawns.
Yeah, just early aggression. You see number 1 though, Metals. He's going to take the long route. You're waiting for him. You're trying to get some AR picks if you're Real and Super. But Metals is through. Spart, well, he just runs out of ammo with the AR. So now trying to play his life. Cloud9 going to try and hunt him down. He does influence spawns, though. So now C9 have to react to this, knowing all of Miami is back here. And, well, there's a split, too. Going to be so hard to read. Number 4 Super should be able to help his team out from the front.
I thought he would. I thought he'd get damage to that player before he was able to get a kill, but Cloud9 at least able to get 1 or 2 to keep the fight here. They'll not have the spawns to the back, as we'll see that flip, however, when he got darn times throughout the course of this P2. Nice recovery there from Cloud9 where things would have got a little bit mixy. And even though you've had a slow start out of most of the roster, Sib is hitting early.
Yeah, now this is a key moment here. If they can get pushed on forward, they want to spawn Miami back P2, so they have this side of the map, then, well, that's what they're able to do. For P3 and P4, but there's still 1 player out. That's going to be Super. He influences Metals. And, well, no one just goes if you're C9. I feel like that's a chance you have to fly forward.
Well, I think it was Crimp maybe that was trying to, and he kind of got stunned. He, like, turned to lock them in, caught a stun, and then ends up dropping. Nobody else gets forward. So again, this is going to be Heretics in a really good position, thinking about 3 and 4. But, I mean, honestly, that stretch for P1 and P2, good from Cloud9. They were down, what, 60, 70, somewhere in that realm? You get this a little bit closer. Can you do a better job here? At least, listen, if you're not going to hold P4 spawns, can you get a lot more of this P3 time, which right now they are, because you didn't get much last time. No, I mean, you might have got like 10 points or something.
It was Capsule hanging out inside a lobby. I mean, yeah, you had some early time, but it was just all Heretics. They just kept finding the openings on the flank. But pretty good start so far here at this P3 for C9. Tremp just, well, maybe accidentally dies with the pistol out trying to find that kill. They're going to go all for dead, but look at number 5, Tremp. And again, that's due to Real. We saw this yesterday. He gets so aggressive on that pinch. You spawn 1 through. Can they find this kill? It's down to Metals.
You get a crazy split spawn for Cloud9. This is a massive moment. Down 20, trying to bring it back. Let's hear the comms from Cloud9.
Hey, go this one. I'm looking right. I only have left. Alright, 32 left. I'm putting your shot. You got double left. I'm going top. I have it left. 2 left. That makes 2. Hey, cross the ring. Cross the ring. 2 left. Nice. 2 left. Alright, dude. Spawn side door, yeah. Crossing left wing. I have the back. 2. Super. I'm playing
I have all the back.
2 before. They're gonna be all the back. Line. He's gonna be out. Statue. Dead. Nice. Missing 1. Last one. I blocked it right here. You're great.
I'm looking mid.
I killed him great. I have elbow cross. I have
elbow. I have all the right.
They left it. Yo, look
at
this.
Square shot weak.
Super square.
Go 1 line, I think.
I'm waiting for
We just need kills here.
He's still mid.
We're gonna go lobby, I think. He's one shot. Nice. Run core Real.
I got one.
Run core Metals. Missing those 2.
Right, you can hookah in mid probably.
I'm looking.
I see him bang. They probably spawned actually.
I don't see him. Come. I got you. Lobby. One shot. Lobby. Challenge you square. I'm one shot, bro. Close open. To cat it. Nice. Open.
Lobby.
And one shot spawn ammo probably.
Turn around.
Spawning ammo.
I hear it. There's 2 mid at least sometime.
Back
I'm
line.
on me, Real dead.
Nice. 2.
I'm pinching.
I spawned out, guys.
Once you be ammo me then.
Spawning ammo P2.
Yeah, P2 spawns I think.
Spawn P4.
Open it.
I'm P4 heavily weak.
They have the
I hear you.
I spawned out. None more money. And one for lobby. Lobby after that. They're gonna spawn out. They're gonna spawn ammo and R.
Close it.
Make sure we guarantee you, okay?
Closing in red core. He's
Pick mid's open. I pick it up.
R side close the front.
Nothing for new on me.
Absolutely open.
Guarantee kills here.
Nothing for new on me.
Open. Have right, okay?
Alright, yeah, spawn for ammo. I can hold right.
I don't think for
One's on time on me.
Give me. I think
Money dead.
Right, dead.
Nice. Missing Real.
Cloud9 over that stretch, they capitalized. Maybe the blunder by Heretics at the P4. They end up taking the lead and split time on the P1. Now, you heard the guarantee spawns for P2. You heard it in the comms, trying to make sure no funny business. They're able to do that, but now comes in that back spawn for Heretics as they try to fight on in. Last person in the battle here is going to be Kremp, trying to do the best he can to keep somebody here, but as he falls, there should be some time to Heretics.
Yeah, and then Spark goes on a massive spree, just slaying around Cat. From P4, so he's going to earn this Hellstorm. So right away, you're going to call it in, trying to break up this time, keep them off that hill, at least lead to a break, but he's going to find nothing outside of the information. Now it's all down to the guns of C9 through the front. Sib, though, able to find the route, finds the first, finds the second. Metals was weak. The last one is going to be Super. The rest of Miami spawning back P2. C9 in a good spot to close out this game.
I swear,
Well,
usually when we see streaks used there, like, it typically leads to like 1 or 2 kills. Like, the fact you get nothing, I mean, you still break him, but I thought he was gonna get something for sure. Number 8, though, that'll be Spart that's way ahead on the rotation. Might get caught here by Metals. He's going to drop, and now the back spawn wide open for Heretics. So Heretics will have that position for now, but as you're about to get over that 200-point mark for Cloud9, similar to what you were able to do last time, take as much of this P3 time as you are able to. And for Heretics, you're just hoping to keep a little tighter here. Make sure you hold these spawns.
Well, yeah, I think they hopped off the hill last time when Reality goes on the flank. We saw that yesterday. That's when spawns get a little bit weird. And it's just it's a 1 second timing. Just a 1 second, try to get a little greedy on that pinch and spawns them out.
It is, because you saw Metals do a similar play the first time through and they didn't get punished, right? Like, it can absolutely be just a matter of a second differential. 40 points away from the win now. Our Capsule and Cloud9. And you did a good job again, I think, on this P3. Just getting another, what, 25, 30 seconds or so?
Yeah, Miami gave this up early. Like, look how turtled they are already in this P4 setup, and that's going to be a big pick. We'll see where that player spawns. They're going to find 2, and that's what happens when you turtle. You get picked apart. You get choked out. That's going to be 3 dead from that. So here we go. Miami normally so good at that and finding space. This time, they play a little too safe, and it punishes them.
And I think that's trying to fix the mistake from the last P4. And yeah, no, you're right. It absolutely punishes them, but they now laying down the punishment. Is Metals able to get 2? You fight back in. You make sure you keep Cloud9 away from the victory. They still need 14 to get the dub. You get the rest of this. You're sitting about, what, 210? Down 25 or so? So Heretics trying to hold on. Super going for a little cheeky peek, though. He's going to get shut down. Rancor, well, gets right to the knife. Inside as he's getting mixy. And this should be with 15 seconds left. Yeah, I think Cloud9's like, all right, put the brakes on. Let's set up. Let's not feed to any streaks. Let's not have anything wonky where you end up getting spawned out old.
Well, they're going to get spawned out old here, so that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Capsule's going to get paid. Again,
Well, I think they're trying to avoid that for multiple players.
No, it's just so early, though, again, where you're just Miami. You have 10 seconds to find a pick, so they're going to find that pick. They know Capsule's behind them. Another 4 versus 3. They're working catwalk. They're working down low. Krem trying to get involved with this team, but they're just getting picked apart. But he's doing what he did yesterday, playing his life so well. And, well, the SMGs win it.
All right, a great job there. Even the fact that he's going to drop, the fact that he gets damage in and sets up Capsule maybe to make the play around the hard point. 5 now needed for the W. Not sure it'll be sealed on this particular hard point, but maybe it'll take it to the P2. 2 going to be spawning out Narnia, though. They're going to have to battle back, but Crimp once again, the multi-kill, giving life to this Cloud9 team. Now just 3 from the win, and trying to win it here before any sort of insane moment at P2. Spartan not able to pick up the play on the route. Kremp, I'm betting he's going to maybe get 2. Not going to happen there. Shut down the multi-kill. Make sure he can't make the play over the 220 mark. It's Heretics, but just 1 for Cloud9 with a couple seconds left on the hard point. You just got to touch this if you're Cloud9. That 1v1's huge, and Sib is able to win it. Wins the 1v1. Wins the map. If he doesn't win that, maybe there's a chance for Heretics to do something wild, but Sib calls game.
You want to know what's crazy? Is right before that, Sid was by himself. He gets pushed up. Nobody Miami blocks. So Kremp actually spawns with him. They think when they kill Kremp, that was the one player through. But Sid was actually the last player through. So yeah, it just kind of works out where that spawn happens. They think they have P2 secure, but Sid was just sort of lurking. He was the last one, and yeah, he finds the kills. Got that early rotate and closes it out. But they made that game tough on themselves, C9. They didn't win really a P3 and a P4 rotation. They kind of got one gifted to them.
They got one gifted to them, and then, well, both kind of. Because, like,
yeah.
Listen, we talk a lot about rotation. And yes, you want to, like, rotate early, per se. But, like,
don't want to.
It can't be such a big rotation that you can't cut the map or like get kills from them coming from old. Like they can't just all get close and get angles.
Yeah, that's
like,
what Ian always talks about layers when he does one of these shooter segments. That's a great example of it.
No, it really is. Like, and that's, I think when they're in their best setup is when you have like the kind of Rango or Super crossfire from like Art and like front of the P4 and they're just chopping people down, or from like second story P4, whatever it is. But like that wasn't there for whatever reason. Like, you just got across for free. Yeah, those P4s, it's weird because I've talked about how Heretics think are really, really good when they get to that setup, but didn't look good in this map.
No, I think just 2 blunders.
Yeah.
Honestly, and I think they get lucky they broke the third P4. I mean, they do. Like, C9's got to fix that.
Yeah.
So that doesn't happen again on the side of Miami. You're doing everything right except these little moments. And these little moments are starting to really hurt their hardpoint. Now 3 and 4 on this stage.
Honestly, it feels like we talk a lot about like FaZe's hardpoint struggles. It's kind of similar things, just like little misplays, little blunders where it makes the game so much harder on yourself than you need to.
Yeah, but it's also like these little mistakes that it should be easy. Like at times where it should be easy.
Yes, yeah, no, 100%.
Like at P2 we know is tough. Like,
yeah.
Holding spawns for P4 isn't this deep into the game.
Yeah, but when you're not a good hardpoint team, it is. Sib ends up on a monster one. Spark, thank God that mustache is gone. Looking good and frying. Super and the boys, well, listen, you're not too shocked to be in an 0-1 hole. The hardpoint has not been great. You've had to do it through the search to destroy. That has been your bread and butter, but a tight one for the most part throughout. I mean, you got to a pretty significant lead early on if you're Heretics. Now, that ends up disappearing, though, around the P4. You lose it by 28. Now we go to dealership.
Yeah, I mean, this C9 team now 5-1 in hardpoint since coming together to this stage. Just some impressive wins, and another one right there where, again, they weren't in a position to win that, but they fought on through, they kept it gritty, and yeah, they're starting to play well.
No, they are. It's been awesome to see. It was great to watch their series against FaZe yesterday, especially. I think the thing that stood out the most was the control win on Hacienda, which that was definitely, that round 5 was the most impressive part I saw from them. So excited to see more based on what you've seen out of their hardpoint and their search and destroy. Very winnable series for them. This is going to be interesting. I kind of hope, like I said, I don't really care who qualifies for champs. I just want some sort of fun storyline with these top 8.
Yeah.
So we're hoping maybe we'll have one going into Major 4, but a lot of that now rests on Cloud9. Yeah, Rocker maybe still in the convo. I hope both those teams are close enough that like it comes down to a major run. It might not though. I mean, Optic might just win out.
That Rocker graphic, like 1-9 in their last 10 game 5s. 1-9.
Yeah,
like, that is. Whoo, it's gonna be talked about.
No, I think Sam said it like Octane. He was like, yeah, they sold their soul for that Cold War win or whatever it was, and like. Yeah, sold their soul, and since then you got no ice. S&D rebound season comparison.
I mean, this is just the addition of Super, right? Ever since adding Super 14-3, and the map we are going to, Dealership, last stage, they were probably the best team. They played it almost every single match, 5-1. We'll see if this C9 team can answer. Because you win this, you are absolutely in the driver's seat. But again, undefeated is Miami throughout this stage. Only 3 map losses in search with Super. See if they can find one here.
They'll be the shot caller, the damage dealer. Let's see what they can dial in on Dealership. But a nice win in the map 1 from Cloud9. And they want to get aggro towards A here quickly. It'll be Sib, the guy playing deep kind of for any kind of push through or funny business. The other 3 grouped up and pushing inside vault. This is Metal's POV for now. We'll see when he opts to pounce. Well, he won't pounce. He'll be covered in blood and bullets inside of the vent, as that'll be his final resting place.
That doesn't sound like fun in the vent.
It does not. No, that'd be a horrible place to die.
Yeah. Very scary, but they are destroying this round. They find the first 2 openers. Now it's all down to Rencor. We've seen some great clutches from this guy, but he's just getting hunted.
Have you ever had like that? I don't know if I've had that nightmare, but like that sort of, whenever I see someone in a movie that's like crawling through a vent, or in like a cave type thing, and they're like a gap. I just that thought that you get stuck, dude, and you can't move forward or back, and you're stuck and just die there. I've had that. That scares me. It does. I don't know if it's claustrophobia or what that's considered,
what it is,
but
yeah.
oh no, nah. Our little vent thing made me think of that though.
Yeah, we don't have to. You and I don't have to do that.
No, thank God. No, thank God, because I would definitely get stuck. I'm a big boy. Opening round though, and goes to Cloud9 and in the driver's seat in the series after the vault win. In the driver's seat now in the search and destroy, and Real was standing atop the driver's seat for a moment, but he's just going to hit it out mid, hit it quickly, and that's a fast opener here for Real. Chained together a second as he was tagged up. He's done his work and gotten 2, but we're into a 2 versus 2. Ranger takes a bullet from behind. Nice win there from Super.
Yeah,
all on Spark.
Thought maybe depending on the timing with Kremp and Rentor, could have gone C9's way. But Spark, he's read this. He's read this rotation. Doesn't know the second one's already passed, though. Great read from Spark, but doesn't matter. It's all about the start for Real. Just takes the risk. I mean, says, screw it. I'm going to go right down the middle of the map. Hopefully nobody's watching it, and they were not.
Now, if he got there, like, if he gets there a second or two earlier, that's winnable because it's kind of hard to double check. He might have caught one.
Yep.
And that becomes very winnable for Spark, but as you said, didn't realize one crossed. And yeah, you'll see that mid-map hit on offense sometimes. It's just like, I feel like a lot of times they get hit by a stun or get hit by something as they're trying to hit it quickly. Real just gets through for free, and you can see how that looks. Sib's just like, okay, well, I'm dead.
Yeah, I mean, it is open every now and then. Like, if teams 3-stack B, you have, like, 1 towards A. Like, I think that's just what it is. Similar setup here. We're going to 4-stack the A street, have one player mid-garage. He's going to play for info, so
Whoa,
this does open it up, but they do a much better job hunting down Capsule.
Capsule thought maybe he'd be able to tuck his tail and hide there for a moment, but not going to be the case at all. So Cloud9 now going to bring this back to 3 versus 4, and they've been stalled out. Real, if you can catch him, you maybe bring it back, but you don't catch him at all. He gets 2 before he drops. It's an aggressive play from Real because he gets dropped there. Maybe you throw away that first blood, but
no, he just adds on 2 more.
Yeah,
That's best case. You just want him to find one. Spartan almost loses medals. The backslides and get a little bit tricky. But now a 1 versus 2, 45 seconds to go. Spart has bomb. This is doable.
Couldn't come away with the 1v2 in the last round, but far different situation here. A little more time to work.
The problem is just no info, right? Because due to Real's position, he just has no clue where these 2 are.
Trying to clear before maybe he thinks about the plant. Gets eyes on one. Nice damage in, but angle there for the second player. Spark can't turn that into anything.
Yeah, when you're just stuck in the middle of the map, I mean, you don't know if they're in your spawn, in their spawn, just corner to corner, so he's got no clue. He's hoping to catch them, maybe running into him. Not going to happen, though.
But yeah, I mean, Real's playing a spot where he thinks he guarantees himself 1.
The fact that he gets 2?
You get 2, I mean, it decides the round. I mean, you'll see it here. He's just up top, not ready for, well, I don't want to say off angle, but kind of. Yeah, he's up top and holding that off angle and catches him by surprise so much, he catches 2. Beautiful there from Real, who's hot off a monster series. When you talk about kind of damage and volume, he said last year, he's kind of critical of himself. Well, he's right back up the mid and right back in the fight. Gets the first blood against Capsule, and this now this happened twice. Like Cloud9 need to make an adjustment.
Yeah, Tremp didn't make the play. Tremp was so fast through the A street, and I think you did see the adjustment. You saw a stun. There was 2 there. They just, we would have to see Real's kind of POV because he's the one again that finds that first kill. Kremp though makes this doable. Kremp and Spartan, well, he's gonna find it to make it 2 versus 2. And now Rentor and Super, they've given up the B side. They're playing for mid.
Oh, Spark gets the info. Does he get some help now? Tucked in the corner with 20 HP. 20 seconds to go, and they've got to go. Kremp trying to dish out haircuts. Loses his teammate, but gets 1. 1 versus 1. 15 seconds to go. Super, just going to go ahead and get out. Now this is all about the internal clock. He's going to come back and check. He went too far. I think he went too far.
Sure did, and it's backside.
He's got it. Oh, that is tough. All the talk about, you know, Super, how terrific he's been as a shot caller. He's been amazing in Search and Destroy for them, but that one, just a little bit off. I mean, actually, you need to win that round.
Well, you're thinking the type of players, but I mean, even before, this is a 4-on-2. This is a 4 versus 2 that they throw away here if you are Miami. I mean, Kremp just immediately down the A street, able to find the flank, gets involved, gets the second, and Super and Rentor give up the bomb.
I'm just surprised he backs up that far in the sense of, like, with the time on it, too. Like, yes, he could have chased him down for the kill.
No, I hear what you're saying.
You have to check that. You have to check that. Because even if you die, I mean, there was like 4 seconds left. Yeah. Big hop by Kremp, though. Nice first blood by Spark. Metal's trying to chain it into 2. Well, Trophy gonna help out there. Can they bring it back in the 2 versus 3? Oh, and that timing is disgusting. It's not timing, it's disgusting. Sib gets set up in the back. The van there just blocking the angle. And that'll set up the Cloud9 win.
Yeah, these boys are vibing. You see the smiles? Yeah, you open it up with the first blood with the nade. She's able to get the read, but yeah, bomb planted. Don't expect Sib all the way behind the van. Metals gets caught with some, yeah, very tough time.
Yeah, he just got positioned there, right? Like, yeah, that is brutal. Cloud9 string together a couple of rounds, though. Kremp having a solid map as well. And now we'll see with Heretics getting back to offense. I'm kind of curious if they do, if Real tries this again. Okay, it looks like no, it's not going to be that fast hit up mid. I think it was once again just Sib dealing with this time, though. He was staring towards that mid push and not so much to help through the window at B. Into the fray we go. His bullets volleyed back and forth.
This just looks fun.
yeah. Open garage, closed garage. Nice wall bangs there from Real.
Yeah, through the wall.
He's in trouble too, though.
Garage open.
Dude, it's like the trolliest fight. Now they're wrapping this out, though, but who pushed up over there? It's going to be Capsule who took space. They know the fight's going down today. He takes space, and now he's looking for info. He's like, whoa, all right, get out of here. They're pushing.
I'm happy he got out. Now he's got a little bit of help from the window. Kremp again through on the flank, and he's going to help his team out the best way he can, which is putting some bullets in. Not funny a kill, but at least some info to force the 1 versus 2 for Metals.
Well played by Capsule. I mean, he's still alive, so gets the info, plays his life for the help, like you said. Metals now his turn to try and clutch up at the 1 versus 2. What, Spart had a couple of chances in 1v2s, not able to do it. Let's see if Heretics can. Otherwise, this will be 3 straight rounds for Cloud9. And they find themselves in a growing hole. There's 1 win, but Spart are there for the follow-up. They'll take the 2-on-1. They'll take the round and get out to a 4-2 edge.
Yeah, just running together there for the quick trade. Sometimes there's a second or two in between. Maybe Metals can reposition, get a reload off, but Spart was right on his tail. So nice route from Cloud9. But yeah, it's on Capsule. Just finding that info, making sure he plays his life, doesn't over-challenge, then allows Kremp again to make the play through a street. He has done it so many times on defense.
Yes. No, but Capsule, like, he played it like just aggressively enough. Like just enough shoulders. Just to make sure it's not like a 1-person rotation. You spot one and then you panic to your team and they over-rotate like another shoulder to make sure it's multiple. Like, I don't know. He played it really, really well. Just playing that info game, not throwing his life away. Yeah, I think the first person that came to help him might have died, but like still, the fact is it results in a round win. He might be only 3-6, but solid stuff there out of him. And maybe, first time he's in the league, maybe that's something he's challenged, right?
No, 100%. I was going to say that.
Yeah. Another first blood for Real. I think his 3rd, maybe. Sib, maybe losing the aim assist or just losing the shot. Thought he had one there, but can't close it out. So we'll stay in this 3 versus 4. Bomb yet to get planted, and they're starting to work the flank pretty aggressively here soon, I think.
It's just, I mean, Capsule's peeking and not seeing anything. So are they going to react to this? They're going to take the side of the street, but Renkor, he was lurking.
You left one there, yeah.
Yeah, he's just sort of waiting for them to push. So nice little setup there for Miami. Now everyone else is here, 4 versus 2. No funny business there for Heretics.
Oh, nice job. Well played by Heretics. Good use of the numbers in the 4 versus 3. And yeah, if Renkor doesn't stay and play, I mean, you got to assume one stayed deep, but if they catch him, and kind of get that full side backcourt control. Maybe it's so different.
Saw like Cap's arrow. He was just like shouldering left and right from the garage. Like, I'm not really seeing nothing. Like,
oh, to be fair, most did wrap out, but 1 person stayed. And Heretics is a team that likes to, I don't know, take some chances on, I feel like, every map. I don't know if take chances the right way, but like they'll get aggressive.
They'll stay active.
Yeah, stay active. That's a better way to put it. Yeah, they will stay very active. Their flank may be coming in a couple seconds before maybe another team's one.
Yo, why not?
Flying at it and winning it again. Real has been the opener. His nade's going to hit as well. He gets 2, but still, I think every time he's got that first blood, we're in a 2v2 after it, right? Like every time we're somehow into a 2v2.
Yeah, Metals, I think when he follows him, like always dies. So that just happens again.
But still, I mean, he has had so many first bloods in this, but then it's like, all right, I need the rest of the squad now to step it up. Sib and Spart up against Renkor and Super.
I thought maybe if they would have went H3, I'm like, Super is going to have this read easily. But now they're going to plant the bomb, and Spart or Sib, they ran back through middle, and it's actually be awful timing.
Oh, wait. Wow.
It doesn't shoot him. Okay, then.
Did he just not see him?
I mean, he saw him.
100%, yeah?
Yeah, he saw him. Maybe he's just, I don't know. I don't have an answer for you.
I mean, I think maybe he would have got off bomb with a couple bullets and maybe finesses his life, but he might have killed him, right? It was a good second or two.
Maybe he's just worried the teammate's going to shoot him because he opened the door.
Sure.
Yeah, no, I think you and I,
still shoot him.
we're just trying to put it together.
Yeah, yeah.
We're doing anything we can.
All I can think, sometimes it's just with X-ray, it's way more clear to us, but he should have seen a good bit of his shoulder, arm, and... Okay, well... Maybe that's one, yeah, you're trying to have trigger discipline or overthinking it. It's as simple as that, and, well, should have just taken the kill. Maybe stop the bomb plant. Crip in trouble, and Crip will drop. Super with the first. 4 versus 4 now.
Oh, we talked about it staying active. They do it again. They get that first blood, and then they're just up the A street, ready for everything. Is the ARs of Heretics. Meanwhile, that's happening on the A in middle side of the map. Sib's just going to plant the bomb. 1 versus 4. This would be something.
Well, he's going to need to get shooting this time.
Yeah, he cannot stare at the guy on the bomb.
But he's got to deal with everybody. Oh, if he gets spotted there. Nice little jump check from Super. Yeah, he'll drop, but the info's in. The gig is up. The jig is up. The gig is up. 20 seconds, and they have plenty of time to defuse. That'll be what? After the 3 straight from New York, 3 straight from Heretics. Go up 5-4.
A nice recovery here, but it's just the openers. Again, that you're finding if you're Miami. Feels like they have numbers. And they're winning out the close rounds that they weren't winning early. You see the boys just talking on through what they want to do here.
Hey, Real, go ahead and hit it, bro. Just hit it again.
There's no way.
Just hit it again.
They did 3 offenses. There's no way to do it again, right?
Why not, bro? You just keep
been
hitting
working.
It. Yeah. He's going. Just hit it again. Why not? Ah, wait till it's done. All right, so no fight there this time. They're like, all right, well, let's just not give him a
nobody's
kill.
watching this. Nobody's watching this, so this should end up working out great for Real.
Sib just plays it from deeper, basically, trying to hold both.
Yeah, but now they know there's nobody vent, so does that make the bomb plant easier, A side? That is not the way to go to the bomb if I am Metals.
Nope. He had 5 health.
All right, let's see if Real goes now.
RC is in.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Depending on this pop, he might catch Capsule.
They're just trying to wrap it out.
Capsule's POV now. Real just itching to fight.
Oh, did he see him right there?
I don't know. Hello. Frank with the first.
He did. He had to see him that one time, yeah.
Now Real's going to pop.
Now Real
back
needs
up.
to get out. He just needs to play his life. There we go.
Yep.
Great play from Real.
4v3 to close it out now. Tie us up at 1-1 of the series count. Good job getting out again if you're Real. Keep distracting, but they kind of get him out of the fight. You have a 3-on-3 towards the bomb for a moment here.
Just wasting so much time, though.
Only one sends it out. You chop him down. Last person is going to be Sib again in a 1 versus 4. And, well, he's just got no time to do this. 15 seconds to go. He hasn't even taken 1 engagement yet. Sib will drop. Cloud9 will drop. And, well, Cloud9 were up 4-2. Heretics bring it back with 4 straight rounds. And
that 2v2 round, right?
Yeah, that 2v2 round's big, and also at Real. Like, we'll see how many first bloods he had, because the one time he hit mid, someone might have got a kill before he did, but I think it was 4.
It's 3 or 4.
Yeah, somewhere in that ballpark. So he was making an impact. Even that last round, maybe not getting a kill, but yeah, wasting time and just taking space. Like,
everyone on C9 had to worry about him, right?
Yeah.
Just sort of what he was doing. He allows his teammates then to rotate towards B. They know there's nobody window, nobody vents. Yeah, everything to Real.
Well, I mean, early when this first map came out, what did you talk about? Mid's everything. There's quick rotations above bomb sites. Mid can be so huge, and Heretics, for the most part, dominated the middle of it. So we now are tied up 1-1. We get ready to go to Vault. What do you think about Control?
I mean, this has been scary. Not great for Miami. 0-2 on the stage. Like, they're trying to get this back into it. Their Haciendas looked so good. Again, trying to find the second map, and it's not been good here.
Not been pretty, but we're tied up 1-1. Desk, take us through the first 2.
Bamo, 1-1. We're all tied up here on the desk, and Allie, my team had me a little nervous. Heretics were struggling.
They were.
But then they won the search and destroy as expected. Who's been the star of your Cloud9 pick, though?
Start my Cloud9 pick. It might have been Kremp, just some of the plays that he made in that map, number one, but obviously damage-wise, you got to go from the side of Simp. But for the Search and Destroy, I think Cloud9 played this incredibly well versus Miami. Miami just happens to be one of the best dealership teams in the game. You're talking 5-1 the season, now 6-1, and they're just really good at getting that first blood. And what Cloud9 was doing well was they were able to trade that first blood out very consistently in the first half of the Search and Destroy, which was giving them a lot of those 2v2 opportunities, giving them chances to clutch up. And Miami's kind of like, all right, fine, you're going to keep trying to play for our first blood. We're going to get through mid. We're going to let Real fly. Real finds a couple. It doesn't get traded out. And that's where Miami Heretics is able to find their most success.
Yeah, you know, it's a back and forth search map. You know, I kind of look at this like this is a blind counter map, and you could slow it down and wrap back and forth on some of your offensive rounds, which is what Miami did really well to try to catch people and like play off of that first blood, which was awesome. I think Cloud9 kind of threw this in the round 9 though, where they like sent Sib by himself to plant 3 guys at the A street, just kind of trolly splitting up, leaving your guy alone. I don't really think they had an answer for the pressure that was being thrown at them from mid. You know, you heard Clint Joe talk about Real just taking space, just gaining so much information, if not finding the first blood. So yeah, Miami right now, I mean, I think that puts them at what, 5-1 on
6-1, yeah.
6-1 on dealership, right? So
pretty good.
Looking pretty scary on this map so far. Cloud9 just trying to test them.
Welcome to the map pool. Miami winning big with some of the recent changes coming into our Major 4 qualifiers. Let's take a look at what we have in front of us, though. It is Vault Skyline Protocol. Do we get to a game 5, yes or no?
Man, I think so, yeah.
Yeah?
I think the vault control is extremely important, though, because, like, Miami got to win this. The Skyline has been good. We saw Cloud9 on it. They look great on that map.
Just beat Atlanta.
Yeah, so you got to win this if you're Miami, and it's not been that great for you.
Before we jump into that, let's take a look back at the first hard point because it finished with just 28-point difference. Nameless, what went down?
Yeah, so we're going to talk about P3 to P4 here. Miami kind of throw this away, so let's go into it. In this situation, you see they're going to end up killing Kremp here, and what happens is you got nobody in art here, right? So Kremp's going to spawn in the back and effectively be blocking the spawn. So what happens is you got to send a player back to try to kill him, and in the meantime, while he's going to find one, when the other player gets in here, they're going to be both like contesting the spawn back here, and you're going to see a player on Cloud9 spawn and cut everybody off, right? So I'll jump back into the minimap, talk you guys through it. But listen, Miami in this situation, there's 25 seconds left on P3. You're about to win this rotation and go up a ton of points. We let Kremp slip to the back here, so now we realize that, okay, we got to go back for him. This guy looks for him, ends up dying, losing this gunfight, and now you see one on the minimap, that's Metals, chasing after Kremp. And since he's up top here, he's going to reposition, try to help his teammates in Hill because they're getting smoked by Cloud9. Now this spawn's being contested because of these 2 players. So you get a player in Cloud9 who spawns here who can effectively go, cut them off, and now you're going to be in a terrible position if you are Miami. So yeah, it's just one of those moments where we talk about the Heretics and how good they are individually. Well, when you that's why they have such close hard points, where they're all 20 points, because they'll be frying slang and then you'll throw away a situation like this where now Cloud9 have all the spawns in the world. You're set up in the hill. Spark finds 2, and this is the momentum, Chris, for him to go on a 9 streak.
The big question coming in was, how well will he play without facial hair? Ali, does he pass the test? He does it with both guns.
He definitely passed the test in both map 1 and even in map 2. Is Hen and Capsidal that were leading the way for Cloud9. So I think we are safe.
9 streak from Spart in a game 1 victory for Cloud9. It's all tied up 1-1 before game 3. Before we jump into that control, though, we have this or that. You guys ready for this, Al?
Yeah,
Sure.
ready.
Hit me with round number 1, this or that. Cloud9, Rocker.
Cloud9.
At this point, Cloud9, man. Rocker, too many game 5 losses, bro. You've lost my heart.
That's
Okay,
rough.
they're riding with Cloud9. Did not see that coming. Next. Super or Rancor. Ali, you said Rancor pre-match.
No, I said for rookie year, I'm going Super actually, though.
Super.
Like if I had to pick.
And
I'm going to go Rancor. I think he's got transferable skills title to title. He's a really good AR.
Respawn versus Search and Destroy. For me, I like more Respawn. Sorry. Spark, Stash. Spark without Stash. I think the true answer is plus Stash plus Mullet.
Facts. Plus Stash, plus
He was
I like this
truly
one. It's
in
like a
full
little
form last week.
medium. It's like some stash, but it was pretty full yesterday. I like
Guys.
this. I like this one.
This sample size is egregious.
Egregious.
I mean, come on.
He's fried without it.
He beat, listen,
Look at him. Look at him go.
he beat Atlanta FaZe with that stash. He was frying the tiny
The answer
terrors.
is that you need the in-between from
He
that
is
picture.
evolving into a pure gamer. Well done,
I
Spark.
have a this or that before we throw back. Clint, with or without hair?
Without.
Without. Can we get him in a mustache, though?
He has one.
I think, yeah.
Just a stash.
No.
Handlebars.
I have to keep the beard. I'd look like a penis if I didn't have a beard. Yeah, no, it wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be good. I gotta have the facial hair, Joe.
Can I? Never mind.
Yeah, no, I know. But no, listen, I like the breakdown we
I was
had.
going to draw a line like the middle of his head.
Stop, dude. I like the breakdown that we had from Ant.
Look like hanging the Avatar.
Yeah, that's true. What a great show. I like the breakdown from Ant, though, because I actually didn't realize, yes, Real pushed forward. I didn't realize that nobody even, like how pushed up like Great
Well, I think
was. You had no
they
one
were
deep.
freaking out because nobody was on the hill.
Yeah.
So I think that player art was like, I'm going to bump the hill. And then
No one was the
the
back.
jump was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, I was the safety net, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we're tied 1-1. Vault Control, a big one here. Cloud9 trying to fight their way into a top 8. Still work to do. Vault Control, let's get busy. Kremp, he can take over on this map. Excited to see what he's going to do.
And again, for Miami, early in the year, fantastic on Vault Control. So that, then teams started to veto it away from them. They had Super, their Hacienda becomes excellent. The problem is, Vault has not looked great. So teams now going to start not playing them on Hacienda and say, you need to figure out Vault again with Super.
No, you're absolutely correct. Kremp catching 3 stuns to the face, but out of the stun, looking to fight. Not really going to put up much of one. Real Super Rancor through on the feed. It's 3 dead for New York, and that's kind of the go sign for Heretics now as they try to push forward a bit. Good patience here from Capsule, though.
Yeah, as I said, good play there. Just find that first one. Don't get caught sprinting into the trap. Real, though, trying to lurk. It feels like Sib sees him. Yeah, as I say, somebody to help him out. But Real just wastes so much time. It'll be another 3 dead. Soon to be a 4, I think.
It was weird.
Like, no one
Sib shot at
responded to
him.
Sib?
Sib shot at him, and then no one turned.
Yeah, nobody helped.
I thought the 2 players that pushed through, like Capsule and whoever it was, I thought they were going to turn and just kill him. But that wasn't the call at all. Now you're in hell. And you still got a little time to work with, but not a lot. You're going to have to find some success around the objective. You got to do it quickly.
And I don't even think Real killed anyone. He just was literally running around their base.
No.
Everybody was so worried about him.
All right, so you get on the objective. You pause it at 18 seconds. Chance here for some progress, but you lose 2 gunfights in a row. All on Spartan Capsule now to make the play. They win the big ones around the point. You're 1 tick away from the extension now. Well, now we have 1 player left. Metals is able to kill both. That just can't happen. As they both drop, time once again ticking. It's Kremp, though, with the multi-kill yet again. That might give them an opportunity, though, to get this extension, as he's just doing laps. He's been chasing a player forever. And Super is like, okay, well, someone touch B. It might be re-rapping, so he's just going to put the brakes on, find the kill. Sib nearly chaining a triple. But with that last gunfight win, that will be the minute extension. So
I feel like someone's got to contest that, right? Whoever that player was on Miami, someone's got to slide and get on that point, at least give your team a chance. It just doesn't even happen. It was only 1 player left. Someone's got to go. Even if you're weak, just to delay it. So, yeah, you get the time you save for your Cloud9, you're very much in this round.
we'll see. Lives trickle into the advantage of Heretics a bit here over these last couple seconds. You've got really no map position outside of, well, you've got mid-map with Kremp. Taking a route will be Metals, though, on the Heretic side. Metals may have found a beautiful timing on through, just disrupt their flow on the street. He did. So he's going to get in the ammo. He's going to break stuff up. We're going to stay on Kremp because he's fighting for the objective. But the problem is the rest of his teammates are trying to deal with Metals. So he has, like, no help. So I like to just kind of back out of it for now. But you can't do it for long because you don't have much time. They deal with Metals, and now here comes the big push.
And now is the 4-on-4 fight. Capsule's trying to finesse, allows Sib to go, but trades, all that's going to do is benefit Miami. And yeah, you saw from Trent's POV, they knew Catwalk was open, but yeah, they just didn't know Metals was already fast.
Yeah, no, I mean, when Metals there, it's like, who's going to get to Spark? Like, they've got to kill him first. They can't just all, like, fly forward and try to assist him on the point. So, good play from Metals. Heretics hold on defense, 3 ticks through for Cloud9, and we'll really see how the offense looks for Heretics, because not been great on Vault lately. But something they've been going to in all their series, basically trying to get back in the flow. Because, I mean, yeah, you have to have 2 controls. You have to. If you aren't good at 2 controls, you are just screwed. You don't have the...
Yeah, you're not going to be Thieves or,
no, I mean,
FaZe.
it's not like... I mean, what's the most, like, searches and hardpoints you've had? Like 6?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, around 6. Whereas, you know, like your controls, CTFs, that type of thing, you're Uplink, we got 3. What's the most we've had in that? We had
probably 4.
Or 4? Yeah. Now, honestly, even 4 changes the conversation a bit. It does. 2 out of 3 is just, whew, that's a high percentage of modes you got to be solid at, but also low in the volume department. But Real on 4 straight right now. That's going to end, I think, in a second here. Or does I thought the timing was horrible, but it was actually perfect. So he gets up to 5 straight. He'll continue to slice and dice, and then he'll be sliced and diced. On the point, starting to work the progress a bit here. Complete vault control right now for Heretics.
Yeah, they just knew there was 1 player left, probably on a flank. That was smart, so they picked that up, kind of bait him out from the objective. So now everybody is in front, but the 1 player who's been alive, just finding kills, of course, is Kremp. Just feels like in these chaotic scenarios, he is thriving, does it again to find the timing. Is going to be traded out, but gives his team a chance to retake.
Another chance to retake now as they're about halfway to that second tick. This time it's going to be Capsule. It's able to bring together 2. Super does as well, but the rest of his teammates are going to drop. So he's just going to try and play his life for now, dance around. You can see the arrow just trying to hunt him. He at least takes down 1 more. And the fact he gets another kill, that's going to be a little bit of room for Heretics to now get forward, not get pinned in at least.
Well, that's just it. Yeah, it's Kremp on one side and then responded by Super. Yeah, at least allow your team to work in the middle of the map, work both objectives. That's what they're going to be able to do. 1 on A, 1 on B. What does Rencore opt to do? Does he just want to stay here, try to take a gunfight? Looks like that's going to be the call, but Sib's just going to go out top art and take him down.
Yeah, none of this is possible without, honestly, Super's little sequence there. So there's your extension. A better position maybe than Cloud9 were in the last round. You got a little more time to work with. A few more lives to go. Oh, I thought that was going to be a disgusting snapback and shout, but his teammate actually gets the kill from damage him. 5 medals.
Oh, that is massive.
Yeah, if Sib drops there, that is the point wide open. He drops right after that, and it's still wide open, but it's just a little bit slower to get there for the rest of Heretics. But now you've gotten the point. You already have 1 tick done. A real good opportunity to take this round. This is one he's got to capitalize on. That's going to be, oh, sweet Jebediah. I thought he was going to drop it. He'll get top art control. The fact that Capsule has actually been able to get 2 basically from the point, though. Yes, you have art control, but you now have to fly back to the point because of Capsule.
Yeah, at least have the numbers, but Capsule is going to go all the way through. Due to Cap, they have middle of the map. Now there's nobody on the objective, so everybody kind of slows on down. They're playing around the kills. Lives on both sides in the single digits. Cap just trying to line this up, trying to find the kill. Gets the assist in, but meanwhile, Metals is just, he got the second tick.
I didn't realize also, I was so focused on my Capsule, I realized they got the second tick. So yeah, you'll take that all day. And now you got no respawns remaining, and due to the fact you had a bit more time to work with towards B, and the fact you've been on B so consistently, you still have 30 seconds to go. Now you're just playing like an S&D round. No respawns remaining for Cloud9. Sib out of the mix.
This life for Metals has been fantastic.
No, it really has.
Just so patient.
Oh. Help is there. Metal stays up. It's all on Capsule. It's all on Spark. I thought doing a hell of a job, but Real just comes and swings on him. Spark.
I was going to say they should wait for Metals to jump back up and play the 4 versus 2, but Real's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, no, thankfully he wins the fight. And he got ripped probably half his health, honestly, but just rechal's and catches Capsule. So big win there. He just had a big life out of Metals. And honestly, kind of all started with Super, though. What, his double, and then he ends up getting a 3rd while the rest of his teammates are dead.
Yeah, it just hits him into A.
And that basically leads to, I don't want to say free, but like basically A gets capped right after that.
And then right off spawn, he takes a long route, gets to Lion, finds 2. Like, they just had map control. C9 were never able to regain.
Where Heretics haven't looked great here as of late. Looking solid right now. Chance to close this one out 3-0, well, at least in the map, here on the defense. For Cloud9, it was just so difficult to get A. Didn't have a ton of good opportunities to actually work towards B. Kremp just hoping to get back to full before he has to chow again. He's able to do just that. Nice gunfight win. Gets 2. Unfortunately, he's the only one that really walks away with any kills, so vault control, all Heretics for now.
And Real's just been in his spots, man, just being so annoying for them to deal with. Followed up, it will be Metals with another one. So yeah, you're already down 4 lives. Trying to just get inside of A. The Super watching the long routes, locked in down catwalk.
Super just holding one side of this. Well, he's got a little help from Rancor too. He's pushed up pretty deep at pool. Just funneling them in through mid and ammo. just no progress really happening yet. Real still dancing in your hole.
He's doing what?
Yeah, you heard me. 19 and 13. Out of Real.
He was dancing in it.
He absolutely was. He's back to dancing. Right off spawn, continuing to go. Super's winning his fight. First tick is not even done. You only have 30 seconds to go. You're down 6 lives. This is feeling like a 3-0 here for Heretics in the control.
Yeah, a much better look here for Miami.
100%.
Yeah, vault control has been a little bit ugly this stage, but I mean, you learn from those mistakes. Finally start to look a lot better.
Yeah, I'm surprised. So what was the ban? It was Cloud9 banned Hacienda? I'm surprised.
No, I think Miami banned Proto.
Oh, okay.
So C9 picked.
Interesting. I'm just surprised with they looked good on Hasi yesterday. Guess I'm surprised we didn't see Cloud9 there. Yeah. No, I was just thinking about it because we saw them be phased there, and I was so impressed. I'm surprised we'd maybe go there. I figure Heretics would be more than happy to go to Hacienda. But it doesn't matter because they end up winning Vault in convincing fashion. Beautiful stuff there from Heretics. And dominant into control. New York maybe stunned within that map, but back-to-back losses.
Yeah, that's what it was. So yeah, they Miami vetoes Proto, and then they picked Vault.
Okay. All right. So yeah, no, I listen. Maybe I was putting too much stock in the Hasi win yesterday, but I guess I was surprised when you don't play Hasi. It's probably just a respect.
Maybe they're just thinking
respect to
Miami's looked so bad on Vault,
and they've looked good on Hasi. Yeah. No, you're probably right. Just that impressive win. I was thinking maybe they go there.
But one of those things, maybe if they do it again.
Yes. Well, I guess I'm bringing this up because you just got 3-0. You got 3-0 slammed here, so maybe Hasi would have been a better idea. But
they'll write that down.
Yeah. Heretics convincing win here. You win 2 defenses. I mean, the offensive win probably gonna be the staple here of the 3-0. But for the most part, we're just in control on both sides of it. Not a lot of really good opportunities for Cloud9 to make plays or like get aggressive and pin them in on defense or make many plays offensively.
Yeah,
Miami Heretics control the map.
Like who's maybe making some plays was like Tremp at times, who would find a couple of multi-kills. Maybe it was the last one alive and turn it into something, but
sometimes it was that. Yeah,
that was about it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a difference in multi-kills. Sometimes, your team gets smoked, they all put damage in. You finish off some weak players, but
it's the scoreboard.
Yeah, no, we're not going to get a lot of scoreboards. They get an issue with the update, but when we can hop to them, we will.
Well, even in game, I don't have much to tell you.
No, that's true. That's true. Well, we don't care about stats in Call of Duty. We don't know what they are. Crimp, Sib, the guys frustrated after that loss. They had a 4v2 or 4-2 advantage on the dealership. Let that one slip away, then get smoked here on Vault. So they're going to have to bring it back on Skyline. You heard Nameless talk on the desk. Skyline can be a good one for this Cloud9 roster. They look really strong there. So you're hoping you're able to push this to a map 5. Spart appears to have stepped away for a moment. I think he did after the last map too. I'm sure he'll be back in a second, and we'll get going into it.
Yeah, I mean, you looked good here yesterday for your C9 versus FaZe. Really controlled a majority of the rotations. Just felt like FaZe always had to break.
Yeah.
And then like the 1P4, they finally did need to find a break. They were able to do so. But on the other side for Miami, this has probably been one of your best hard points on the year. I mean, 8-4 on the year.
Well, that's why I think Ant was saying it's kind of a square up. You just have strong maps for both of these teams. When you talk about the search and destroy and the hard point. Spart's back in his seat. Hopefully we'll be hopping into this map for quickly. We'll see if Heretics can close it out or if we're going to extend this one the distance. We got 4 matches today. And just next weekend, then we're heading to DreamHack. Then 3 weeks, and then champs.
Just blinked and it's gone.
Yeah, no, 100%. It happens so fast. But Rancor, Sib, this is how they looked in the map 1. And big maps out of them. We'll see if they can step up to the plate, though, in the map 4. Different look here on Skyline.
Yeah, pretty good game there out of Sib. I mean, just right from the get-go. And then on the other side for Rancor, I mean, this is what he's been doing. I mean, for me, like Rookie of the Year, I know they're talking about sort of Rancor's super, like, I don't know. I feel like Rancor, they have a top 4 without super.
Yeah, he's been doing it longer. He was the first piece. I think you have to give it to him, just based on the first piece. But like,
super.
I'm thinking right now.
Team. Yeah.
Oh no, he has, especially Search and Destroy 100%. But I think Rancor like changed them just like fundamentally, and now Super is like refined them. If that kind of makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm thinking right now that if I'm Heretics, they should have been 3-0. Like, listen, we blundered 2 P4s in the vault. We should be done with this series already. We're the better team. Let's close it out here on Skyline. But this is
super kind of makes me want to try like the sitting back like 10 feet from our monitor play.
I've always been that guy. I think just...
All right, maybe I don't want to.
I think it's back from the Halo days, because I think it was because you had to play like back then. It was a lot of like quad screen, split screen. You always sat back there. I got used to it. When I'm really close to my screen, it freaks me out.
The only other person
I feel like I had like no
like
spatial awareness. I don't know.
Rambo was like the one I played with.
Yeah, I've always kind of sat back.
Everybody else, pretty close.
We're taking a look at the overall standings while we wait for this one to start. Hopefully we're into it in a second here. This is what it looks like. The teams we're going to be talking about a good bit. Mostly going to be Optic and Cloud9. I mean, yes, Rocker, you can still say in the hump, but it's going to take, I mean, it's just going to come down to the major.
The major for them, yeah.
All right, seeing the fist bumps out, so maybe we'll be good to go here in a second. Crimp started to throw his headset back on. Skyline. What's the map 5 then if we get there?
Proto,
okay.
Which Miami, they picked twice in a row. Yeah, it was also the map 5 yesterday. We just didn't see it, but it's a one they're picking that they haven't played a lot of. It's a map they want in their map pool. They only have it 5 times on the year at 3 and 2. So,
and you can't take it too much from this graphic, just for the Cloud9 side, especially.
Yeah, it's a new team.
Yeah, I mean that one of the 1 and 3 is their win they have with this roster. So yeah, we'll show kind of your data over the past couple of months and stuff. But when you have a team change like this, you can't take too much from it. So they're feeling confident going into this. I mean, it's their hard point pick. We'll load on him. We'll see if Cloud9 can win it again. They got the win on it yesterday. Can they do it here? We're right into the fray. And a little swan dive into the point now as Sib looks to soak. And he wants to take fights from there, but he's going to have to take a lot of them here in a second as he's just getting choked out.
He's detonated by everybody right now. Somehow still alive. Finally, Metals is able to get there. Spart's going to find 2, but Real's just going to get on the hill. They still have P2 spawns. Some nice early time there from Sib just playing his life. CFC9 can get aggressive as Real tries to just find a couple of kills, timing-wise, inside a bedroom.
Rancor in a key kind of power spot at the top steps. He worries he's so weak he's going to get pressured, but Crimp just going to kind of enjoy the hard point for now. Nice little swing out of Spark there. With 3 seconds left, that could be, where's the spawn command? Yep, that's a big kill because it spawns out Real now. You have a chance to push up on this. You're a spawn out though if you're Spart, so interesting little situation on the minimap for now. I think you've won it if you're Cloud9.
Yeah, they have the numbers, but with this map, you should be right back to it if you're Miami. So yeah, you're just gonna have a fight inside of the hill. Metal's playing his life, staying patient. And now, well, they're gonna have a 3-dead scenario, and throughout all of this, we're still doing the same little dance.
Yeah, no, honestly, great little sequence there for Metals, because when I said I felt like Cloud9 won it, it was 3 players and Metals.
Oh, yeah, they got the spawn.
Yeah, he's just patient, bides his time for his teammates to get back in, which doesn't take long on this map, as you said. And now you're enjoying a great here in the hard point. Metals now on 3 straight. A big part of why they're enjoying this time.
Just got to deal with Zip. But he's able to find 2. Both ARs have to pull out the pistol to fight for the scrap time. On rotation, Kremp was able to find Rentor. Now up to 5 and 5 is Kremp. Well, this is what they did so well yesterday. They were always just early rotated to these new hills.
Yeah, they'll be in this P3 first. Doesn't last long, though, as Metals just kind of flies in. I didn't realize Ranker got both those. I thought that was a Real that was walking away with a kill or 2, but it's actually Ranker that's able to do it, so we're still fighting around the point. Spark in trouble, probably going to drop. The flip is in, as you said. Rancor has gone nuts over this stretch. He finally drops, but that was 5 straight. Big part of why they got the flip, and they got some early time. Now if you're Cloud9, you got flipped out. Take whatever you can here.
I mean, it's just balanced effort on both sides. A battle in the middle of the map. Well, it's only a 2-point game. Zip, he's gonna get flanked by Rancor as he continues to find kills. The spawn comes in for Metals. And really, it's been less about the objective and fighting for map control. It's been so scrappy all over the place.
Yeah, I don't think we usually talk about Skyline going to the clock, but we'll see. I don't think it will, but we already have a minute plus off of it. A little spree there from Crimp before he drops. Capsule damage into 2. Can't quite finish off one of the players, but he's got some help here from Crimp.
I mean, both teams are just skirmishing. Like, nobody's getting the good spawns. So you're just having these parallels over and over again. Finally, Miami is able to stabilize inside of P4.
Yeah, no, this feels like I feel like I'm watching like day one.
Day one, yeah.
Yeah, this is day one Skyline. Because it's definitely, this map has slowed down a ton, I feel like. I don't feel like that casting this. Inside, Heretic's trying to fight for the point, but Capsule will pick the player out, and now he'll enjoy it. Yeah, we might go to time, honestly. But the way this is playing, unless it stabilizes big time, we're going to go to the clock, which I don't know the last time we did that on Skyline.
Oh my, I think he needed one more. That was almost insane from Grep onto Metals. But Metals is going to hit this shot. You would think, I mean, teams have gotten very good at controlling P1 and P2. C9 though, maybe that first player dropping in Sib. He's normally the one on the objective with that AR. So he's going to get taken down. And yeah, it's just like nobody's really gotten into a great setup here. Finally off spawn Sib, he's like, I'll just get right back to my spot.
Holy hell, he's shooting flies out of the sky. Real's on 5 straight apparently, but it's Sib that's getting the kills and getting the time. Capsule's got the help for him, making sure no one gets the angle to pick off Sib. So this time, Sib gets to what he wanted to do, maybe the first hard point. Able to turn it into kills, turn it into time. Leading the lobby in the hard point right now as he hits 45 seconds there. Maybe a little too aggressive, but he's finally going to get pushed out and dropped. And the spawns now for P2 are going to be Heretics.
And the problem is, like, you've gotten him into such a good spot, but...
Oh, well, never mind.
Yeah, everyone was dying around him, but then Real gets a little bit too aggressive. Nobody blocks P2 spawns, and now you have to deal with
Yeah,
C9
I looked at... how long ago did I say they had spawns? That was 5 seconds before that.
Yeah, they just got too aggressive.
Everyone just pushed forward, and then now Cloud9 are spawning here. You have one tucked away, though, in the back. It's going to be super. Similar like Metals, who was, like, tucked away and made a play. The problem is spawning out the complete opposite point of the map is Metals, because you look where Capsule is towards mid. This is going to be what can Super find? And when do his teammates get here? He gets one. Does it turn into more? It looks like this time kind of Cloud9 deal with the lurker. Last time Metals breaks up everything.
Yeah, it could have gotten ugly. Could have gotten ugly. It feels like, yeah, you got to be a little bit better. That's why we always talk about calling out names in listen-ins, just how important it is. Because when you're calling out the names, someone's going to notice. We haven't said Super's name in a while. Like, somebody turn around, check the back spawns, but it pays off.
Well, I think that's why this map's played like this. I mean, think about it. Like, Heretics give up the P2 spawns when they shouldn't have. Cloud9 don't seem to be calling names or lost track of somebody. It's probably why it's been a little all over the place and chaotic. Just little lapses in communication or judgment.
Yeah, it's gotten cleaner.
It feels like a bit, but it feels like a day one Skyline since this might be like a 250, 240.
The rest of that
Skyline.
P2 it got cleaner.
Yes, that did. It did. So still battling here on the P3 and a little skirmishes. Heretics taking advantage, at least for now.
Just nobody's on time.
Trying to get to time. All right, finally going to get to it. But they're picking you up through mid. That's Kremp. Okay, at least allow him to chain together a multi-kill and get Real out of it.
But, well, it's Capsule just runs on it.
Nobody wants kills all 4. He kills all 4. Okay, I thought the Heretics had a pretty good setup there for P3 and the whole P4. Capsule has run forward. He's now on 5 straight. Capsule's just a wrecking ball, dropping everybody. Heretics might still be okay or not. Nope, spawning out deep will beat Real. That'll battle back. Okay, 2 will spawn safe, but is it safe? Because you have someone staring at your spawn, basically. Capsule getting right back to work, and maybe now they can take a breath?
You do have a Hellstorm. I don't know when Cap got it. Maybe off some objective time in an earlier spree, but he's got a Hellstorm if he wants to use it on this P4. Maybe he wanted to get to bedroom and call it in right there. But now that's always what's so tough. It's like, I had a Hellstorm, everyone just kind of wait, and then you wait and you die. Now you're wasting 5 to 10 more seconds. Finally, here comes the missiles from above. It leads to a couple of kills. Now you got to deal with the players on the objective.
Tucks everybody away, and maybe they open it up. Metals, though, trying to make sure the difference maker is not going to be the streak. Metals is taking over. 3 straight headshots for him. Loses his team, but he stays alive and fights, and that's why your teammates are back here to reinforce this quickly. Basically a tie game right around 150 is every hardpoint, I swear to God, has been just a mess.
It's been a battle.
Mess, battle, yeah. Whatever adjective you want to use. It's been something.
Well, they survived the Hellstorm, and now they're within 3. So nice little jump back there by Miami on that P4. And now it feels like they finally have some map control at this P1. Can they chain this together and throw a big lead?
No, they're probably going to push forward and flip spawns. Maybe not, though. I'm hoping they don't. This time, maybe play a little bit safer. It seems like Super is trying to be that guy playing deep. It seems like it's relied on him sometimes to be the anchor. You know, Rancor, like, he wants to be very aggressive with the AR. Super has got to be that sort of anchor type player. For now, they're holding it, trying to make sure no one slips through the cracks. They're also getting time inside of the point, so beautiful stuff there. This has been much cleaner.
Well, that was a 2 versus 4. You found the first 2 picks. And then Super and Metal has just locked down the objective. So, I mean, that 2v4 right there might seal the deal because you're still getting the time. Plus, on rotation, you will be set up if you are Miami.
And they have these moments where they look so good. They get everything they want. I think that's why you're frustrated sometimes. The exact opposite happens for them in Hardpoint. But that stretch, yeah, maybe enough to seal it. I don't know if I believe that's the case yet, but certainly ample opportunity to do it. Or do you just get smoked out of the P2 right as it pops? And that's going to be exactly what happens. Rancor's still going to be here and fighting. Sub out and him, but Cloud9 get in, and, well, they needed that break desperately. I mean, they had to get it. They really did.
Just Capsule just right through the front of the hill, able to piece him up. Just great stuff from him. But, I mean, you just look at the scoreboard. It's everyone on the C9 side, and that's what we saw yesterday versus FaZe.
What, just from a balance standpoint?
Yeah, just how balanced their hardpoint has been.
Yeah, and it felt like this team before, you relied on Sib to just go nuts sometimes. You have not needed that, right?
Sometimes.
Well, okay, yeah. If you were winning respawn, Sib had to drop 40. Not necessarily your winning recipe, so I'm sure that feels good probably for Sib. Heretic still in control, though. Super. Taken around underground. And it's looking to pay off so far. There should be immediate pressure towards the hardpoint. Super great route out of him, and great gunfight wins out of him. Doing it with the AR, doing it with the sub. A versatile player. He's been the difference maker in Search and Destroy, but showing he can bring in the respawn as well. I don't know what it's going to lead to as the dust settles. Still just a white hardpoint.
Yeah, some getting fired up in the cam. And, well, they kind of know now. C9, they have to get desperate. You should just lock down the middle of the map. You don't have to try to flip for P4. Just play around the objective. Then when there is an opening, you can go on through. And, well, that is exactly what happened. C9 have to go. They start to spawn patio. So now Miami in a great spot.
Yeah, it's all that P1 to P2, right? I mean, that sequence was like the 1 minute to 90 seconds that we watched that looked like good hard point, and that's likely what's going to turn it into a series victory for Heretics. Granted, we've seen some insane comebacks and wild moments on Skyline, but...
especially P4 holds.
Yeah, but Heretics in the driver's seat. 18 points needed for the W. Finding big kills at the big moment here as the new hardpoint pops. Spawning out across the map is Cloud9 New York. They've got to be insanely perfect here now for the break. There's going to at least be one opener. Pressure down to Real, and he's going to get gutted. It's Capsule again. One, just punching you in the face. Is his 2 going to be enough to maybe extend this game? It is. Break for Cloud9. Capsule has been the break leader here on Skyline.
Yeah, the crazy thing is he jumps outside the map towards Hot Tub, so he's able to catch Rencor. I thought Rencor was just going to cut them all off, but it may not matter.
Well, nope.
Super Rencor, they find 3. Real on the hill, give them 1 more. And, well, Miami bounce back from that map 1 loss, win 2, 3, 4.
A great win there from Heretics. And, yeah, now... if you're Optic, you're thinking we win that series, we're back up 40, right? So that has some effect on maybe how that goes later, at least with the overall seeding. Cloud9 maybe a little frustrated. You win that map 1, and then, well, you're up 4-2 in the search, and then it kind of goes